The night was thick with an eerie silence as I cruised down the desolate highway. The only sounds were the hum of my car's engine and the occasional crackle of static from the radio. The darkness outside was impenetrable, swallowing everything in its path. It was the kind of darkness that seemed to seep into your bones, filling you with a sense of unease. I glanced at the clock on the dashboard. It read 2:37 a.m. I had been driving for hours, the monotony of the road stretching out endlessly before me. My eyelids felt heavy, and I struggled to keep them open. But I knew I couldn't afford to fall asleep. Not out here in the middle of nowhere. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the distance, standing by the side of the road. As I got closer, I could see that it was a woman, her long hair blowing in the wind. She looked like she was in distress, her arms waving frantically as if she needed help. Instinctively, I slowed down and rolled down my window. "Are you okay?" I called, out to her. But she didn't respond. Instead, she just stood there, staring at me with empty eyes that seemed to pierce right through me. A shiver ran down my spine, and I felt a knot form in the pit of my stomach. Something about her didn't seem right. I was about to drive away when she suddenly spoke, her voice low and hollow. "Please, help me." Her words sent a chill down my spine, and I hesitated for a moment, unsure of what to do. But then, against my better judgment, I unlocked the door and gestured for her to get in. As soon as she climbed into the car, a sense of dread washed over me. There was something off about her, something unnatural. But before I could say anything, she spoke again. "Thank you for stopping," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Forced a smile, trying to ignore the creeping sense of unease that was gnawing at me. "No problem," I replied, my voice sounding hollow even to my own ears. I glanced at her out of the corner of my eye, studying her features in the dim glow of the dashboard lights. There was something about her that seemed familiar, but I couldn't quite place it. Her eyes were dark and empty, like windows into a soul that had long since been extinguished. I tried to focus on the road ahead, but my mind kept drifting back to the woman sitting beside me. Who was she? And what was she doing out here in the middle of the night? Suddenly, she reached out and touched my arm, her fingers cold as ice. I recoiled instinctively, my heart pounding in my chest. "Please, don't be afraid," she said, her voice barely audible over the roar of the wind.